Now, the South African Social Security Agency has a core team of 10 staff members that have been assigned to deal with the appeals process of the 350 Rand social relief of distress grants. This was revealed in a parliamentary question submitted by the Democratic Alliance to the Minister of Social Development, Lindiwe Zulu. For more on this, I'm joined now by MP Bridget Masango. Bridget, good evening, and thank you very much for your time tonight on the newsfeed late night. Last night, when we spoke to SASSA about this particular process of the appeals for those 350 Rand grants, SASSA says if, for example, you had applied and were rejected because you appeared in the database of UIF, but you actually have not worked or received anything from the UIF since 2000, you're able to appeal this and they'll be able to pick it up. If, for example, you're in the database of SARS, they'll be able to pick this up. They've got capacity and they've got people within the system who will be able to resolve this and turn this around quite quickly. Are you saying you have no confidence in them being able to do that?
Yes, thank you so much for this time. We do not have any confidence in this system working. First of all, because we have to be mindful that this money was meant to help people way back when the lockdown started, people that had lost their job, people that had not been employed even before the lockdown started. So for us to be talking now about appeals way into 7-8 months of some people having not had any access to this money because then their names are found in IRP5 databases and UIF and all those places, it just does not augur well for the people who have no food on their tables, for people who have depended entirely on this money. This is why we are saying to have 10 staff members who are doing this over and above the other work that they are doing, and to say that those people will deal with no less than 60,000 applications that the agency has received so far and counting is not caring. It's not regarding the plight of the people that depend on this 350 Rand. So that it is for that reason that we are saying as the Democratic Alliance, the department and SASSA have to do more to help these people who are literally destitute, most of them, by making sure that the offices that are dealing with these appeals are not so thinly resourced, that more people are put into this project so that people can get their money in time.
So now what they're saying is that this process comes to an end at January 2021, and that would be the cutoff for this particular distribution of the grant. Will they be able to meet that deadline?
That is actually the reason for some of these statements that we issue, the fact that we do not believe for a minute that they will be able to reach this deadline. The appeals deadline is the 28th of February 2021. And we are saying with so many appeals already outstanding and people appealing every month because their applications are being reviewed every month. So when my name is found in the RP5 this month and it wasn't found last month, then I must appeal to say what's gone wrong because I haven't been employed. So we are saying there is no capacity. We believe very strongly that there is no capacity to ensure that all these appeals will have been dealt with successfully and fairly by the time the deadline comes. And we are saying more resources must be put into this project. It is a very huge project, but most of all, it is a project that deals with the people that have nothing, no income that they have to put food on their table. So we are strongly of the opinion that the deadline is not going to be met, and most importantly, people will not get the money they need so much.
Now, more resources, quite a broad term, Bridget. What exactly systematically do you think is required to be able to finalize these appeals before the 28th of February?
I am saying have more people working in this project, not the 10 people that are doing it part-time, have more human resources put into this project, dedicated to it, dealing with it from morning to afternoon and not doing other work. Because what has happened also, we need to remember that there has been a huge backlog in the handling or in the processing of these applications themselves, not even appeals, just the applications, because there's not enough people that are dedicated to dealing with the SRD applications, SRD grant applications. So the resources I'm talking about is that government has put the financial resources into this, so let's put human resources to make sure that this thing is a success. At the moment, we've had backlogs of emails and calls that are not being answered, and people that are saying, I've tried to contact SASSA since June and I have not been able to get anyone to deal or to just listen to what I have to say about the challenges I'm facing in the application. And also remembering that this is an online, these applications are online only. So if the online process is not manned by enough people, we will be sitting with a problem where many people of the 60,000 and more still coming that will say, I never received money from SASSA, I appealed and my appeal was not processed. So for those people, this whole money that has been put into this project will have meant nothing for them.
I hear your appeal and your call for more human resource. One would say you will remember that when this particular dispensation was introduced, we were under lockdown level 5, and therefore the department would be able to redirect its resources to specifically focus on this. Now we are open and the department has got other areas of focus that it needs to pay attention to. Where are these people going to come from?
We've had a situation when we have had meetings with the department and the agency SASSA, where we've asked for capacity to deal with the work of SASSA. And we were promised that SASSA or the department is now working on what they are calling the portfolio sort of setup, where there are volunteers that come out of the National Development Agency that come in to help with SASSA to assist people that are maybe having challenges in applying online and things like that. And I'm saying we have been promised that those resources, those human resources are there. Where are these volunteers now when we are only told that there are only 10 people that part-time look at the appeals? All we are saying is we have so many unemployed people in South Africa. We can get people trained quickly to deal with their appeals and make sure that these appeals are dealt with. Because at the core of all this, it's people that need money to put food on their table. And that is where our concern is coming from. And that is where we are saying this is not receiving the urgency and the capacity in terms of human resources that it actually deserves for these people to actually eventually get the money. This is now 7-8 months after this grant was announced by the Honorable President, and there are people who are still writing to us today to say, I have not received a cent of this money, and I have not been employed, and I have not been in the RP5 database, I've not been on the SARS database, but I have not received this money. So these people's applications are stuck in this backlog that we are now told that only 10 people are looking at it.
MP for the Democratic Alliance, Bridget Masango, I appreciate your time tonight. Thanks for joining us. The DA there calling for more human resources to deal with the applications process and deal with the backlog in the appeals process for the 350 social relief of distress grant.